Hi everybody, welcome to Digital Asset News. Today is Saturday, July 13th, 2024. I'm still toying around with the name of the channel. Not quite sure what I'm going to call this channel yet. It started as Digital Asset Markets, and now it's Digital Asset News today. We'll see what it is tomorrow. Maybe crypto news or something simple. First piece of information I want to look at today comes from Crypto Condom. He is... Despite the name, I suppose I'm trying to keep it PG on this channel. I think I'm just going to call him Crypto C from now on. He's one of my favorite follows. I think that who you follow on Twitter is so important as far as setting the signal to noise ratio. Who is actually giving you information that you can act upon, that is solid information for your own investment decisions. And he is one of my favorite follows in the past year. I think that he's high signal to noise. Anyways, he reposted this Twitter post from a person named Carl Menger. He says, "The message from the Bitcoiners who donated sats to the German government. Have fun staying poor, German government." What a legend. So apparently somebody donated some Bitcoin to the German government's wallet. I haven't dug too deep into this, and the message basically says have fun staying poor. So basically the German government has been dumping Bitcoin onto the market for, I'm not sure how long, maybe a week or 2 weeks, and that has been one of the bigger pieces of news, along with the Mt. Gox distributions as far as bearish possibilities on crypto. Whenever you have a government who comes into crypto for whatever reason, who seizes crypto from someone. The U.S. government has sold Bitcoin in the past, and now the German government is selling Bitcoin. So that has potentially put a damper on the market. You've seen Bitcoin kind of take a hit in recent weeks, and that might be part of why that's happening. But it seems like there's probably a week or so left of the German government selling their Bitcoin, and the market has absorbed it fairly well. It seems like it's always hard to tell. There's always a million factors that go into why the market does what it does, but that is one of the bigger pieces of news. I wouldn't call it macro. It's kind of macro within crypto itself. Governments selling Bitcoin could be considered maybe macro, I guess, in a smaller sense, maybe with a small m. So that's been going on recently, and potentially creating a buying opportunity if you were so inclined. Next piece of information I want to look at today. This is again going to be a really short video, just setting up the channel. I just wanted to highlight a project that I've recently started following more closely, and that is Maker. So this tweet is from Ryan Watkins. It's an older tweet, but he's kind of continued to tweet about it. I can't remember what group he's with, but this tweet says, "In fact, Maker is so dominant financially, it generates more fees than most L1s and L2s, which trade at orders of magnitude higher multiples than Maker. Why then the discount?" And he posts this chart. This is the group he's with, Syncrecy, looks like. And the chart shows the revenue of some different protocols based on a token terminal. So token terminal is a good source for data on blockchains. For some reason I can't scroll to the top there, but Maker is one of the highest revenue earning protocols. So you have ETH. Tron always comes out at the very high end of these things. Tron is always kind of in the mix. ETH, Tron, Sol, and then Maker as far as revenue. Again, that's based on token terminals data. Data is always how you want to present things. It's always, I guess, up for debate how those things are calculated. But I really do like token terminal as a source, and I also really like Dune Analytics as another good source of data for blockchains. So Maker is the protocol that is behind DAI, D-A-I, the decentralized stablecoin that is, you have Tether, as a stable coin, you have USDC and you have DAI, and I think a lot of people see DAI as kind of the most truly crypto native stable coin protocol. And again, I'm not an expert on Maker, but it is pointed to by people I follow. And Avance Spencer is another one that is a good signal to noise ratio in my opinion. And there's been just a few accounts that I follow closely that have been positive on MKR recently. And this is another recent tweet from the project. Rune is one of the head people within the Maker DAO. He says, "What would you do if your MKR suddenly turned into 24,000 tokens with sustainable cash flow?" So Maker is, let me pull up my you know what? I was going to pull up my trading view. Maker, one of the issues that people have with Maker is that it's like $2,400 a token, and just the unit bias. It feels expensive, even though there's really no difference between a $24,000 coin that has less coins in circulation than a $1 coin that has a ton more coins in circulation. That's why you see a lot of these meme coins, they trade at like 0.0000006 cents because they want people to feel like it's cheap, but there's a trillion supply. But Maker is apparently planning on doing a split, a 24,000 to 1 split. So you're roughly your MKR. If you had one MKR, you'd have 24,000. So it's going to probably bump it down to about $1 a token. And that should help the project with if there is any unit cost bias out there, which I think that's a real phenomenon. And so I think that's a smart play. So again, I'm not I've just started following Maker. It's complicated. It's a complicated project. It's a complicated DAO. There's a lot of pieces to it, and I'm not an expert on it by any means, but it's often pointed to as a protocol that earns a lot of revenue. And I think that, again, like I said in the last video, true DeFi 1.0, DeFi that has been around for a long time and been hardened and been through the cycles, I think is very undervalued. And when more eyes come onto this market, they're going to be looking for what protocols are profitable. And Maker is going to be pointed to as one of those that is things can always change, but it is pointed to as a revenue producing protocol often. And I do think you're going to see, I'm never interested, the meme coins and all that, I'm just not interested in. I'm interested in sustainable cash flows, in protocols that are profitable, and then turning those profits back into natural value for the token holders, whether that's a buy and burn or you could potentially see dividend payouts in the future. Again, that can all change based on a DAO vote at any time. But MKR is one that I'd like to highlight for you to do your own further research if you're interested in the DeFi 1.0 sector, which is a sector that I'm very interested in at the moment. So I think that's kind of all I wanted to say. I just wanted to highlight this is Token Terminal's main page. You can get, just without a subscription, you can still get some data. This is a revenue. You can sort by revenue. You can sort by fees. You can sort by let's see if this is gonna work for me now. You can sort by expenses, token incentives, gross profit, earnings. So they are developing. They've been around for a couple years now, and I think they're a very good source of data when you're trying to compare projects. You see another project on here that just pops into my view here is Aave, kind of the lending and borrowing platform. Again, another DeFi 1.0 that I think is highly interesting right now. So Token Terminal would be a good place to go to get more data for your own research. But I do think you're going to see at some point fundamentals matter. I mean, it's just, it doesn't matter to me if in the moment certain things are hot attention comes and goes, but if there's fundamentals behind a protocol and those fundamentals are driving token value, then that's going to naturally put upward pressure on the token price in the long run. So yeah, Maker be one to check out. I recently bought a little bit of MKR, the MKR token. It's a project that I am starting to follow more closely. Again, it's pretty complicated. There's a lot going on there, but DAI, their most well-known product is the DAI stablecoin, which is probably the most, the most decentralized stablecoin that exists within the cryptocurrency market right now. So, all right, that's it for today. If you enjoyed the content, you can like, subscribe, or leave a comment below, and we'll see you in the next one.